They broke your heart, didn't they? Maybe it was a lover who promised you forever but left when things got hard. Maybe it was a friend you trusted with your secrets who turned them into weapons. Or maybe it was someone you never thought would betray you. A family member, a partner, or even yourself. The pain cuts deep, doesn't it? It shakes you to your core, leaving you questioning everything. Why did this happen? Why me? And then there's that fire inside you, that little voice whispering, "Make them pay." It's tempting, isn't it? To plot, to scheme, to imagine scenarios where they come crawling back, or better yet, where they suffer the way you did, because maybe, just maybe, if they hurt too, you'll finally feel better. But let me ask you something. Does revenge really heal you? Or does it keep you trapped, tangled in their web, dancing to their tune? That's the cold truth no one wants to hear. Revenge doesn't free you. It enslaves you. The more you obsess over them, the more power you hand over. They might have broken your heart, but by seeking revenge, you're letting them own your mind too. And here's where most people get it wrong. They think power is about fighting back, about proving a point, about making others regret their actions. But the Stoics knew something deeper. True power isn't about what you do to others. It's about mastering yourself. It's about standing tall in the chaos, unshaken, untouchable, and knowing that no one, not even the person who hurt you, has control over your peace. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about that for a second. The heartbreak, the betrayal, the pain, they're all external. They're outside your control. But how you respond, that's entirely yours. And in that response lies your freedom. Now, let me tell you something most people won't dare to admit. The greatest form of revenge is not revenge at all. It's indifference. It's walking away so completely that their actions no longer matter. It's turning your pain into strength, your suffering into wisdom, and your heartbreak into fuel for an unstoppable life. When you do this, you don't just heal, you become someone they can never touch again. But here's the twist. This isn't easy. It takes discipline. It takes control. It takes the courage to step back, to stop reacting, and to start rebuilding. And that's why you're here. Today, I'm going to show you how to take that pain and transform it, not into revenge, but into resilience. We'll dive into the teachings of Stoicism, paired with the raw truths of dark psychology, to help you reclaim your power and rise above the chaos. And while we're at it, let's make a pact. Right now, in this moment, declare to yourself that you will not be a prisoner of this pain. Drop the phrase, "I am the storm," in the comments below. Because storms don't ask for permission, they move forward, they destroy what no longer serves, and they keep going no matter what's in their path. You're not here to wallow in heartbreak, you're here to become unstoppable. Here's the first truth you need to understand. The one who controls their emotions controls the outcome. Think about it. How many times have people made decisions out of anger or heartbreak only to regret them later? They send that bitter text, they lash out, or they seek revenge, and in doing so, they lose control of themselves. Every action becomes a reaction to someone else's choices. Do you see the trap here? When you react, you're letting them pull the strings. The Stoics believed that control over your emotions isn't just a skill, it's your greatest strength. Epictetus said it best. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The heartbreak you're feeling, the betrayal, those are events. They don't define you. What defines you is what you choose to do next. You can stay stuck in the cycle of pain, anger, and revenge, or you can take back control. Here's the secret. You can't control what they did, but you can control how much power you give it. And that power starts in your mind. Let's break this down. Every time you think about them, replay the betrayal, or imagine revenge, you're feeding them energy. You're letting them occupy a space in your mind rent-free. But what if, instead of letting them live there, you evicted them entirely? Here's how. Every time you catch yourself spiraling into thoughts of them, stop and ask yourself, is this helping me? If the answer is no, and it will be, redirect your focus. Shift it to something productive, something that builds you. Work on a goal, pick up a new skill, hit the gym, or dive into a passion project. Do anything but dwell on them, because the more you invest in yourself, the less power their actions have over you. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When you stop reacting, when you stop giving them the satisfaction of your attention, something incredible happens. They lose control. They start wondering why you're not broken, why you're not chasing them, why you're not playing the game they set up. This silence, this indifference, it's louder than any words, and it's far more powerful than revenge. But this takes discipline. Control over your emotions is like a muscle. You have to train it. The next time you feel that fire rising in your chest, stop, breathe. Remind yourself that you're in control, not them, not their actions, not your pain, just you. And speaking of control, here's a challenge for you. Take a moment right now to declare your power. Drop the phrase, "I control my destiny," in the comments below. Let the world know that no one, not heartbreak, not betrayal, not even your own emotions, will define you. Let's talk about revenge. It's seductive, isn't it? When someone hurts you, the idea of making them suffer in return feels just, fair, like it'll somehow balance the scales. But here's the harsh truth. Revenge is a mirage. It looks like it'll quench your thirst, but the closer you get, the more you realize it was never real. Why? Because revenge doesn't heal. It feeds the wound. Think about it. Even if you succeed in hurting them back, does it erase the pain they caused? Does it undo the betrayal? No. At best, revenge gives you a fleeting moment of satisfaction before it leaves you hollow. At worst, it consumes you entirely, turning you into someone you no longer recognize. Here's the Stoic perspective. Revenge doesn't punish them. It punishes you. It keeps you tethered to the very person who broke you, draining your energy, your time, your peace. Seneca once said, "A wise man is unaffected by either the praise or the blame of others." In other words, true strength comes from rising above the petty games of retaliation. Why waste your life plotting someone else's downfall when you could be building your own empire? But let's dig deeper. Psychologically, the need for revenge often stems from a lack of closure. You want them to acknowledge your pain, to regret their actions, to apologize. But here's the kicker. You don't need their apology. Closure doesn't come from them. It comes from you. The moment you decide that their actions no longer define your worth, you free yourself from their grip. Now let me share something powerful. Indifference is the ultimate revenge. Imagine this. You've been hurt, betrayed, discarded. They expect you to crumble, to beg, to lash out. But instead, you move on. You thrive. You turn their betrayal into fuel for your own growth. That's the kind of revenge they'll never recover from, because it doesn't just say, "You didn't break me." It says, "You never had the power to." And here's the most satisfying part. When you stop reacting, you become unpredictable. They can't read you. They can't manipulate you. Your silence becomes deafening. Your success becomes a mirror reflecting their failure. And suddenly, they're left wondering what went wrong, not with you, but with them. So, let me challenge you again. Forget revenge. Focus on rebuilding. Focus on yourself. Drop the phrase, "I rise above," in the comments below if you're ready to leave the past behind and claim your power. Let the world know that you don't stoop to their level. You rise to your own. Heartbreak and betrayal. Let's call them what they really are. Pain. Raw, soul-crushing pain. And pain has a way of making us feel powerless, doesn't it? Like the world is spinning out of control and we're just stuck, drowning in it. But here's a secret the Stoics understood better than anyone. Pain isn't the enemy. It's an opportunity. Marcus Aurelius had a phrase for this. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In simple terms, your pain is your path. The very thing that broke you can be the thing that builds you if you let it. This is where amor fati comes in. Amor fati means a love of fate. It's not just about accepting what happens to you. It's about embracing it, even the hard parts, especially the hard parts. Because the truth is, pain isn't here to destroy you. It's here to shape you, to show you what you're made of, to make you stronger, sharper and wiser than you were before. Let me ask you this. What if, instead of running from the pain, you leaned into it? What if you stopped saying, "Why me?" and started saying, "What can I learn from this?" Because pain has lessons to teach if you're willing to listen. It teaches you resilience. It teaches you who's really in your corner. And most importantly, it teaches you about yourself, your strength, your limits, and your ability to overcome. Now, turning pain into strength isn't just some abstract idea. It's an actionable process. Here's how you start. Stop resisting the pain. Feel it. Let it flow through you without judgment. The more you fight it, the more it controls you. Acceptance is the first step to mastery. Extract the lessons. Ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? What can I do differently moving forward? Pain without reflection is wasted, but pain with reflection is growth. Channel it into something bigger. Take all that energy, anger, sadness, frustration, and pour it into something that builds you. Hit the gym, start a business, master a skill, do something that turns your pain into progress. And here's the beauty of this approach. When you use your pain to grow, you take away its power over you. The person who hurt you, they don't win. The situation that broke you, it doesn't define you. Instead, you become the kind of person who doesn't just survive, they thrive. Let's make this a turning point. If you're ready to embrace your fate, to love even the hard parts of your story, drop the phrase, "I turn pain into power," in the comments below. This is your declaration. Your heartbreak won't break you. Your pain won't own you. You're going to own it. Let me ask you something. How often do your emotions get the better of you? How often do you feel anger, sadness, or frustration because of what someone else said or did? What if I told you that your freedom lies in one simple but powerful shift, learning to master indifference? The Stoics called it apatheia, not apathy as in not caring, but a serene, unshakable state where you control your emotions rather than letting them control you. Imagine this. Someone insults you, betrays you, or tries to bring you down, and instead of reacting, you remain calm, unmoved. Their words and actions roll off you like water off a stone. That's not weakness, it's strength. It's the ultimate form of power. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. You don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. Think about that for a second. No one can make you feel anything unless you let them. Your reaction, that's where your power lies. The moment you stop reacting, you take back control. But here's where it gets interesting. Indifference doesn't just free you, it also unnerves the people who try to hurt you. When someone lashes out at you, they expect a response. Anger, pain, anything. But when you give them nothing, when you meet their chaos with calm, it throws them off balance. They lose the game because you refuse to play. Now, mastering indifference isn't about pretending you don't feel anything. It's about choosing where to place your energy. Ask yourself, does this situation deserve my attention, my peace, my time? Most of the time, the answer is no. Your peace is sacred. Don't give it away so easily. Here's how you practice apatheia. Pause before you react. When someone tries to provoke you, take a moment. Breathe. Remind yourself that their actions don't define you. Detach emotionally. Visualize their words or actions as a wave passing by. You see it, but you don't let it drown you. Focus on what you can control. You can't control what they do, but you can control your response. Choose calm every time. And let me tell you, indifference is magnetic. People are drawn to your calm energy because it's so rare in a world full of overreactors. It's a quiet kind of power that says, I'm untouchable. Let's make this personal. If you're ready to stop letting others control your emotions, drop the phrase, I choose calm, in the comments below. Let it be a reminder to yourself and to everyone watching that your peace isn't negotiable. Do you know what the loudest sound in the world is? Silence. Silence has a weight, a presence, a power that most people underestimate. In a world full of noise, arguments, drama, endless opinions, choosing silence makes you stand out. It makes people lean in. It makes people uncomfortable. And that discomfort, that's where your power lies. Here's why silence is so effective. Most people are desperate for attention. They want your reaction, your validation, even your anger. When you respond, you give them what they want. But when you stay silent, you deny them control. You keep them guessing. They start wondering, why aren't they reacting? What are they thinking? Your silence becomes their obsession. The Stoics understood this well. They believed that speaking less and observing more was the key to wisdom. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Silence isn't just about holding your tongue. It's about using restraint as a weapon. It's about showing strength by not saying what doesn't need to be said. But let's go deeper. Silence also protects your energy. Every word you speak is energy spent. Every argument you engage in, every drama you respond to, it all drains you. By staying silent, you keep your energy for what truly matters, your growth, your peace, your purpose. Here's how you can start using silence as a tool. Resist the urge to explain yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your choices, your healing, or your boundaries. Silence speaks louder than any justification. Let your actions do the talking. Instead of telling them you've moved on, show them. Let your progress, your success, and your happiness speak for you. Hold your power in conversations. In arguments or confrontations, don't rush to fill the silence. Let it linger. Watch how people reveal themselves when you stay calm and quiet. Here's the thing. Silence isn't passive. It's active. It's a statement that says, I'm in control, and nothing frustrates those who want to hurt you more than realizing they can't provoke you. Your silence says, I've already won. Let's make this real. If you're ready to embrace the power of silence, drop the phrase, my silence is my strength, in the comments below. Say it as a reminder to yourself that not every battle is worth fighting, and sometimes the most powerful move is saying nothing at all. Now that you've mastered silence and taken control of your emotions, it's time to ask yourself a critical question. What am I going to do with this pain? Because here's the truth. Heartbreak and betrayal can destroy you, or they can become the foundation of the life you've always dreamed of. The choice is yours. Are you going to let their actions define your story? Or are you going to use this as fuel to build something extraordinary? The Stoics believed in taking every obstacle, every hardship, and turning it into an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." What does that mean? It means you don't waste your time and energy trying to get even. Instead, you rise above and focus on becoming the best version of yourself, a version so strong, so successful, that their betrayal becomes a mere footnote in your journey. So, how do you do it? You rebuild, brick by brick, step by step. Here's where you start. Invest in your physical and mental health. Hit the gym, take up running, or practice yoga. When you strengthen your body, you strengthen your mind. A healthy, resilient body sends a clear message. I am unbreakable. Master your craft. Whatever your passion is, Whether it's art, business, writing, or something else, commit to it. Pour your energy into becoming so skilled that your success speaks louder than any words ever could. Build financial independence. Money might not buy happiness, but it buys freedom. Use this time to level up your career, start a side hustle, or learn a skill that increases your earning potential. Independence is power. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. This is your chance to audit your relationships. Let go of toxic connections and seek out people who inspire and support you. Quality over quantity, every time. And here's the most important part. Keep moving forward. Progress doesn't have to be dramatic, it just has to be consistent. Every step you take away from the person who hurt you is a step closer to the life you deserve. The more you build, the less their betrayal matters. Because here's the ultimate truth. Your success isn't about them. It's about you. It's about proving to yourself, not anyone else, that you're capable of greatness. Now imagine this. Months from now, maybe years, you'll look back on this moment, not with bitterness, but with gratitude. Because this heartbreak didn't break you. It built you. It lit a fire inside you that no one can extinguish. You'll realize that the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's living a life so fulfilling, so powerful, that nothing from your past can touch it. Let's make this your turning point. If you're ready to start building your unstoppable life, drop the phrase, "I rise stronger," in the comments below. Declare it to yourself and to the world that you're not here to settle, you're here to soar. Now that you're building an unstoppable life, let's talk about something that amplifies your power even more, mastering the psychological game. Because here's the thing, strength isn't just about what you do, it's about how you think. It's about how you carry yourself and how you use your mind to stay one step ahead. The key? Detachment and unpredictability. When you combine these two, you become untouchable. Let me break it down for you. First, detachment. Detachment isn't about not caring, it's about not clinging. It's about being able to walk away from anything or anyone that no longer serves you. When you detach, you stop giving people the power to control your emotions, their opinions, their actions. They don't define your worth. As the Stoics taught, what matters most is what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your peace. Everything else, let it go. Here's why detachment is so powerful. It makes you immune to manipulation. When someone tries to push your buttons, they're expecting a reaction. When you give them none, you leave them powerless. They can't predict you, they can't influence you, they can't touch you. Now, let's talk about unpredictability. People crave certainty. They want to know how you'll react, what you'll do next. But when you're unpredictable, when you don't follow the script they expect, you keep them on edge. And that's where your power grows. They'll spend all their energy trying to figure you out while you stay calm, collected, and focused on your goals. Here's how you master this game. Keep your plans private. Don't broadcast your moves to the world. Let your success speak for itself. Silence and mystery are your allies. Respond with calm, calculated actions. When someone tries to provoke you, don't lash out. Take your time. Every move you make should be deliberate and thought out. Stay flexible. People who think they know you will try to predict your next steps. Prove them wrong by staying adaptable and open to new paths. Now, let's pair this with a little dark psychology. When you're detached and unpredictable, you control the narrative. People who wronged you will expect anger or pain, but when you give them calm, when you give them success, it forces them to reflect on their own actions. They'll wonder why you're thriving while they're stuck. And here's the truth. They'll never have an answer, because they'll never have access to the new, elevated version of you. Think of it this way. Life is a chess game, and your mind is your greatest weapon. By mastering detachment and unpredictability, you stop playing defense and start playing offense. You control the board. Let's make this real. If you're ready to master the psychological game and claim your power, drop the phrase, "I am untouchable," in the comments below. Let this be your declaration that no one, not the person who broke you, not anyone, can shake your peace or your progress. Let me tell you something you need to hear. You are not a victim. Yes, they hurt you. Yes, the pain was real, but staying in victimhood gives them more power than they deserve. And here's the truth. You can't control what happened to you, but you can control what happens next. That's the difference between being a victim and being empowered. The Stoics were masters of this mindset. They believed that suffering wasn't an excuse to give up. It was an opportunity to grow stronger. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters." That response, that's your power. And when you shift from victimhood to empowerment, you stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "What am I going to do with it?" Here's the key to moving out of victimhood. Stop seeing yourself as someone who was hurt and start seeing yourself as someone who is healing. Healing is active. It's a choice. It's the decision to take the pain, the betrayal, the heartbreak, and turn it into fuel for something greater. Let me break it down for you. Reclaim your narrative. Stop letting their actions define your story. You're not the one they cheated on or the one they betrayed. You're the person who overcame it. Rewrite your story with you as the hero. Focus on what you can control. You can't change the past, but you can control your future. Your habits, your mindset, your daily actions, these are all within your power. Let go of resentment. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about freeing yourself. When you hold on to resentment, you stay chained to the past. Let it go, not because they deserve it, but because you do. And here's a powerful thought. When you shift out of victimhood, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for an apology that may never come. You stop replaying the past and start building the future. You stop needing closure from someone else because you create it within yourself. Empowerment is about realizing that the person who hurt you no longer has a say in your life. Their betrayal was a chapter, but you're the one writing the rest of the book. So, make it a story worth reading. Make it a story of resilience, growth, and strength, because the best way to prove them wrong is to show them they never had the power to break you. Let's make this shift together. If you're ready to leave victimhood behind and step into your power, drop the phrase, "I write my story," in the comments below. Say it with conviction, because your story is yours and no one else's. This is it. You've made it to the final step, and by now, you've seen how powerful you truly are. Let's bring everything together. Heartbreak, betrayal, pain, they don't have to define you. They're part of your story, yes, but they're not the whole story. The real story is what you do next, the person you become, and the life you build. Here's the reminder you need. Every great transformation begins with hardship. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius endured betrayal, loss, and war, yet he wrote, "The obstacle is the way." What he meant was this: the challenges you face are not in your way, they are your way. They are the forge where your character is shaped, your mind is sharpened, and your spirit is strengthened. Let's reflect on what we've covered. You've learned how to control your emotions, turning pain into power. You've uncovered the illusion of revenge and why indifference is the ultimate response. You've embraced the Stoic principles of amor fati and apatheia, transforming suffering into growth. You've seen the power of silence and learned to build an unstoppable life. And most importantly, you've reclaimed your story, stepping out of victimhood and into empowerment. This is your blueprint. This is how you rise above. But here's the thing, it doesn't stop here. This mindset isn't just for heartbreak, it's for every area of your life. Challenges at work? Use this. Conflict with friends or family? Use this. Self-doubt? Use this. These principles are universal, and the more you practice them, the more unstoppable you become. Now, let me leave you with this thought. The person who hurt you, they don't deserve to own your mind, your energy, or your future. Let them go. Focus on what you can control, your growth, your peace, your journey, because the best revenge isn't just living well. It's living so fully, so freely, that they become irrelevant. This is your time to rise, to rebuild, and to thrive. The storm you've been through wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal you. And now, you're ready to show the world who you really are. If this message resonates with you, if you feel that fire within you growing stronger,